Hello students. So today I want to share with you a little piece of my favorite book, Flipped by Wendelin Van Draanen. It's a little background on this story. It's about a little boy and girl who meet when they're very young, and it tells the story of how their relationship progresses as they grow up. And what I really love about this book is that it's told from both of their point of views. So the first chapter is how Bryce interprets their meeting, and then the very next chapter is Juliana saying the exact same events but interpreting them slightly differently. And I like thinking about that because it kind of shows the differences between how boys and girls think, and even how different people think different things in general. So the part that I want to share with you specifically is a discussion between Juliana and her father, kind of about her relationship with Bryce, and Juliana's father's advice about how she should see Bryce. And just another little bit of background, he's a painter, so that's a little bit of why he talks the way he does in this passage. I've learned a lot about my dad that way. He told me all sorts of stories about what he'd done when he was my age, and other things too, like how he got his first job delivering hay and how he wished he'd finished college. When I got a little older, he still talked about himself and his childhood, but he also started asking questions about me. What were we learning at school? What book was I currently reading? What did I think about this or that? Then one time, he surprised me and asked me about Bryce. Why was I so crazy about Bryce? I told him about his eyes, and his hair, and the way his cheeks flush. But I don't think I explained it very well, because when I was done, Dad shook his head and told me in soft, heavy words that I needed to start looking at the whole landscape. I didn't know what that meant, but it made me want to argue with him. How could he possibly understand about Bryce? He didn't know him. But this was not an arguing spot. Those were scattered throughout the house, but not out here. We were both quiet for a record-breaking amount of time before he kissed me on the forehead and said, "Proper lighting is everything, Juliana." Proper lighting? What was that supposed to mean? I sat there wondering, but I was afraid that by asking I'd be admitting that I wasn't mature enough to understand, and for some reason it felt obvious, like I should understand. After that, he didn't talk so much about events as he did about ideas, and the older I got, the more philosophical he seemed to get. I don't know if he really got more philosophical, or if he just thought I could handle it now that I was in the double digits. So I really recommend reading more into this book. There's a lot of gems in here. I could have picked 30 different places to take out a little snippet to give you a preview of it, but I like that one because I really love the advice about looking at the whole and seeing things as more than just the outer beauty. So I hope you enjoyed what I read, and you at least think about checking out Flipped and adding it to your personal library. Thank you.